In today's video, we're talking about Premier African Minerals. Are we going to reach production? My gut feeling on how it's all going to play out for what that is worth, and where we'll have a look at the charts. Welcome back everyone to the channel. I hope of course you are all well. Today's video, yes, PREM, let's have a look at how it's performing as of right now, recording 20 past 1. It is 0.28. It's up just shy of 3%, but on the 5 days you will see one hell of a drop. 18% currently down on the last 5 days, although from the highs to the low it was pretty brutal. We were down over 20% at this stage. What made it sink was what we feared: dilution. Yet another round of funding agreements, and there's different perspectives on how that looks, but it doesn't change the fact that we didn't want news leading up to production. It would kill momentum, and that has happened. Justifications, reasons behind that means nothing to me. All that matters is what has played out, because we knew this would happen. We are supposedly now all funded until production, although I'm pretty sure we've been told that before. But we will see what comes. They have 8 days to get this to production. As again, going back to the videos sort of over the last 3-4 months, Q1, end of Q1 was always the target in my head to be reserved. That would take us to the end of March, so another sort of 5-6 weeks. But we really want to hear, and George Roche has pretty much confirmed that everything's on site, everything is there, everything is working individually. Just need to put it together, turn it on, and it should work in theory. And that is where I'm very, very nervous. It has to come this week for me. I don't care. I know we have a few more days next week. If it doesn't come this week, I suspect we will see sell-offs. If you see a substantial sell-off over the course of the next 5 days, I would strongly suspect that we will yet again miss production. But let's err on the side of positivity and assume that George will 5th time's a charm, let's just say. Now, I want to clarify a few things. People have thrown my channel name around to say that I am pumping the stock. If anything, I've been more bearish over the last year. I am hardly pumping this thing. I come on, apart from the last 2 videos, I have come on and pretty much slated management, slated the fact that this is over delayed. And there's a lot of excuses flying out, and I do take on board a lot of what people are saying. When people say they're not just building an extension or something small, I said this in my Discord, so it shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. But if you are looking for an extension or your attic converted, you go to Yellow Pages, you go on the Facebook Marketplace, you get a friend to recommend you someone that they used around their house, you get a quote, you go ahead and get said extension or attic converted. If you're building a state-of-the-art mill or whatever project in the construction game that it may be, the general process is you put out a tender. We want X. Can you deliver X? And if so, please provide us with a portfolio, a breakdown of costs, and a likely time frame. That is what's happened. George has also confirmed that he's got the best of the best and everybody's on board. This is what happened the last time we missed deadline. George was busy occupying doing something else for some reason. There is no more excuses, and people can keep saying, oh, they're not building. They're building a mill. They brought in people that know how to supposedly build a mill. Delays, I accounted for it. I accounted for it last May. If you go back and watch the videos about a year ago, I was saying production expected to miss, expect delays. But a year later, miss after miss, it's not acceptable. And my plan hasn't changed. I'm just looking to try and get it up to the point where maybe make 5-10%, and I'd be binning off a substantial amount of my Premier African Minerals holding, mostly because I've backed them. I've been buying the dips and I'm overexposed. But I look at other plays that I'm making money on this year for the likes of Bitcoin, which is 3 times your money. There's easier wins out there than chasing this Premier African Minerals AIM stock, penny stock dream. It was a great dream. I'm in long and I'm okay with that. But in terms of substantial amount of my portfolio, which Premier African Minerals is, and it was never meant to be, I've had to bring my average price down. No one would have foreseen that when we were sitting at 1p, we would be down 72% as of right now. But from the lows, we were down 84%. You'd be a fool not to be topping up. If you're not topping up, then what the hell were you ever doing in the stock? You have to ride it through the hard times. But that being said, with this downwards trend, I have been buying a lot of dips, and it's got my portfolio to a bigger position than I would like. So I am definitely selling it as soon as I possibly can, and I'm hoping that we will see 0.4 over the course of the next week. But only time will tell if Georgie boy can't deliver. And I would love you to leave your comments down below. What are you thinking? Is he going to do it? Or is it going to be another miss? Who's to blame? Will it be the subcontractors? Ultimately, I think a lot of it does fall on George's desk, regardless of the excuses. Am I being too harsh? Should I be allowing more than a year for delay? Please leave your comments. That would be great. So let's pull up PREM, have a look at it. Do you want the positives or the negatives first? We'll start off with the negatives. Let's get that out of the way. We'll see this channel. This is the glorious channel that we were in. Didn't want to fall out of it. Obviously, George's masterful stroke of further dilution, issuing of shares, has sunk the thing, and understandably has sunk the thing. We are pretty much at that sort of price now of the share dilution. Unfortunately, though, we are in a channel now. The only interesting thing is we do have our moving averages. We've been riding on the right side of the 20-day and the 50-day moving average, which is good. It shows that in the short term we are in a bull market, let's just say. The 200-day moving average is this line. This is the key. This is really when you're in a bull run. So we're still in a bear run. We've tried to push up almost to the 200-day moving average. Unfortunately, we didn't get there. We hit the top of this channel. News has sunk us out. So we're back in this channel. And what this channel means is we could see 0.24 area as a low, and the high range is 0.312. We need to get above that and close above that to get us back into this channel, and then the dance goes on again. I feel that potentially we could have the momentum over the next, say, 5 working days to maybe push us up above this, but it needs to be something substantial. I thought that Stockbox's interview, and credit to Mark, I felt that he hit them sort of square in the eyes with a couple of the questions, and I like that. Today's jump of sort of 3% isn't a significant enough jump, but listen, a couple more tweets, a couple, maybe another post that comes out, something could shift this. And don't forget, if they were to say we've put it all together, it is working, got the stuff in one end and out the other, this thing will break, and I still believe 0.6 is a fair value for Premier African Minerals if they can do that. If they miss, do not be surprised if we see that sort of 42% drop. This will sink like a stone, and it will at least fall to the sort of 22nd, 19th of January lows that we've seen. However, we could see a hell of a lot lower, and I think you have to ask yourself if our patience, my patience, is very much wore thin. We're getting decent stuff from CAMAC still, and they seem to be supporting, but when do they go, these guys aren't up to it? You just aren't up to it. Time will tell. I think it's very, very bearish of me to be saying that. I still think we're going to get there by the end of March. However, what will the market do if we don't get there by the end of February? I have no idea. And bear in mind, it was rumoured originally it could be done by the end of the year, then it'll be the end of January, then it was mid-February, now it's the end of February. During February is what the terminology said. And I took a bit of reassurances in that RNS, and I put that into the Discord. I said, look, he's not saying the end, he's saying during. So I do feel if it's going to happen, it's going to happen this week. They're going to be at the position to at least go, buttons on. Is it working? Is it working? I think that's going to happen this week. And if you want further information, go watch our videos. Go read the RNS yourself. Do your own due diligence. I'm here to tell you straight up, this is how I see it. Delay's not good. Delay keeps happening. They have to deliver. Georgie boy, huge question marks over him. There has been for 6 months now. It's time to get this delivered. What's your thoughts? Will we be able to push on above this? One positive is the fact that the RSI is in the middle. It's cooled off. This was overextended. It did say a cool off would come, and we've got that cool off. Can't say the technical analysis doesn't play out. However, I would say a lot of that was down to the fundamental news for the real reason why it sold off. MACD is crossing over. This will show that our downwards trend's coming. The volume is dipped out. However, if we go to our volume indicator and we bring this up now and we zoom in on this, we can see there is people buying. Look at this big candle. If you watched last week's video, you'll see there was very little here. There is people buying. People are jumping in at this level. They're taking this opportunity to top up on the dip, and they're thinking, okay, this could go higher. So that's quite positive. Whether that's retail, who knows who's technically buying at this level, but there is a serious amount of volume buying. So it's hard to see between now and say the end of the week, really us dipping much lower. I'd be very surprised if we see anything lower than 0.24. But if I was a betting man, I would say we would float around these levels, and we will test this level again between now and the production date. If we can get the thing working, it's going to pop Bad news, on delay, it's going to sink. Risk reward ratio, guys, is there for anybody. You're looking at I think a double your money at least scenario from here if we all goes to plan. But at the same time, you're going to lose about 50% if you buy at these levels and we miss. Life is a gamble, and I'm all about those poker chips. So listen, enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a great day. What's your thoughts? Leave them down below. Please like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.